Hello, everyone. This is Jimmy Hitchcock on POAST, Post the Real Truth. You know what? Since I've been trying to present a plan and galvanize people in this organization called Post, I've been getting a lot of negativity. I've been getting a lot of the impossible. People think and people always tell you what's impossible, but fail to tell you what's possible. And I understand it. I understand the way people see things, and people see that the black community is separate and fractured and separated and all over the place in messaging and don't have a cohesive plan or a cohesive kind of thought in the community that's going to propel us forward. Well, I believe I can do the impossible. Yeah, I do. I mean, I'm crazy enough to think that I can do the impossible. And the impossible is always possible. It's always possible to do the impossible when you can galvanize people. All you need is a few people in the beginning. All you need is a couple of people that's on the same page. And once you get people on the same page, then you start to go down a road to build a movement that can change the entire complexity of the situation. And that's what we're about to do. Yes, it's kind of disconcerting that there's so much negativity, and there's the negativity and the doubt. Oh, people aren't listening to you, or people won't hear you because you're a Democrat, or people are not going to hear you because you're a Republican, or people are not going to hear you because you are a felon, or people are not going to hear you because of this or that or this. And I don't care. I actually don't care at all. I just want to see if I can push this plan forward and to make it work. Yes, I need help. I need help of the people, and I need help of those who actually believe that we can galvanize and do something together. And if you don't believe that we can do something together, yes, I don't need you. I don't want you to come. But if you believe in it, if you believe in community, if you believe that we still have it, if you believe that we have not been separate, we have not been a fractured people. Because coming out of slavery, would you think that we were fractured or we were separate or we couldn't come together? Coming out of slavery, do you think that that was the case? What about during the Jim Crow laws situation? Do you think that we were fractured? What about during the 60s and civil rights movement? Were we fractured or were we together as a group? Or of course, there were different factions. People like Malcolm X thought we should go one way, and Bayard Rustin thought we should go another one, and John Henrik Clark thought we should go his way. There are people who thought various things, but one thing that they really understood is that we should not be segregated. And the reason why they figured that we should not be segregated, and they all agreed, is because segregation is degradation. You're going to make sure if you're segregated that you are oppressed, that you have nothing. And they understood that segregation meant that you were the poor, you were the downtrodden, you were the people that were separate because you were inferior. That's what they understood about the whole segregation thing. So they all pushed against segregation and pushed back against it. Now, some people wanted to go specific ways, some people wanted to be separate and stay separate. But they all agreed that segregation was wrong. Now, there is a there are certain principles that we can come together on, right? And as far as my organization is concerned, Post, I think that the principle should be that we understand that every single penny will be accounted for. Every single dime will be accounted for, and that we will get everything out of that dime that we can get out of that dime. Two is that the service to the community is the biggest and the most important thing that we can do is serve the community. The biggest and most important thing that we can do is serve the community. Service is everything. Service is the main focus. Service is the underpinning of turning the entire Black community around. Service. And then three is that we execute the plan with vigor, energy, and focus. Those three things, if we can just agree on those three things, and we can create other things that we agree on, but those three things can get us going in the direction that we need to go. Yes. Is it disconcerting that people always come to you with various things and saying that we can't, and we won't, and this is something that you're going down because this is crabs in the barrel and everybody is pulling back? And I mean, these are the things that we say about us. I'm not getting it from white people. I'm not getting it from the people that y'all think are enemies. I'm getting it from us. Like we're telling, or y'all are telling me that we can't. Y'all are telling me that we can't. I understand the reasoning why, but I would like to see more of this is the time. This is the time and the place. This is the time right now to do it. That's what I want to hear. I don't want to hear that we can. I don't want to hear what's impossible because I don't consider impossible. I don't consider the impossible. I only think about what's possible. And what's possible is if we come together, just imagine it for a second. We are on these platforms. We can meet on these platforms. We can talk it through on these platforms. We can choose officers on these platforms. We can send money via Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, however we're gonna send it, checks, whatever method. There's a method that we can send it. We'll have checks and balances where there's 3 people per state that will have to sign off on money leaving the account. There will be organizations structured like this: East Coast, Midwest, West Coast. There will be a bank account for the East Coast, bank account for the Midwest, bank account for the West Coast. All the things that we do on the East Coast stay in the East Coast account. All the things that they do in the Midwest stay in the Midwest account. All the things that they do on the West Coast stay in the West Coast accounts. We build grocery stores, cooperative grocery stores that we put in a community, right? But the first thing we're going to do is turn these little small, delivery businesses. We're going to buy up some of those cooperatives that's already out there because they're failing. Those cooperatives can't make it because the amount of money that they have and they generate in the accounts can't be enough to sustain and pay out on time. This is impossible, right? Unless everybody has their own individual app where they get paid through a system that get paid right there, right? And no money is being taken in from the actual app itself. That's the only way it's going to work. And that's very hard to do because the operating capital is not there. That's another story, and we'll talk about that later. But we will form an organization that creates business. Period. We will form an organization that cleans the community and helps the community. Period. We'll form an organization that stops the violence in the community. Period. Yes, I said it. I will not relent. I will not quit. I will not give up. I will not be changed in my energy. I will not look at it from the perspective of the negative. I will not do it. So anything that you say to me that comes out that's a negative, I'm not listening. So don't even waste your time. But I understand why some of the people who are really some of my friends, my family, they will say, "Hey, they're not listening to what you have to say." I don't believe it. I don't believe it one bit. So we go down this road. We go down this road together. All right. April 9th, April 18th, May 9th, May 18th, June 9th. We start pooling resources together. By then, we'll have checks and balances where we'll be able to check the accounts and do a daily audit, various things like that. All right. It's kind of late. I was doing this podcast late because this is just sitting on my spirit. It's the amount of negativity that I'm getting is unprecedented. You know, it's just, people hitting me in my DMs. Hey, this is not going to work. Hey, you're talking to black people, like black people aren't listening to you. Black people don't want to come together. Black people want to pull each other down. They don't have it. They don't have it in them to change. Black people, everything in the book. When I have my meetings, before you say Negro or nigga or whatever, you got to say three things positive about the black community. If you say Negro or nigga or anything negative, you got to say three things positive after saying that negative. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the whining. I'm sick of the just abject apathy, the apathy that comes with it. I'm sick of people being down on their own community. I'm sick of it. I'm ready to do something about it. And for those who are ready to do something about it with me, please come. Please come because we're going to show them. And I'm going to be right there leading the charge, showing them that we're going to get it done. And all we're doing is just building business. That's it. Putting money in the account, structuring and organizing business, lawyers right there on the side. We're going to be able to pay the lawyers and help us structure these businesses. We're going to get people to consult and help us build these businesses because that's what the money's for. The money's that we're raising are for consultants, buying the property, etc. Is it going to be easy? Of course not. It's going to be a very difficult task to undertake because of the negativity, because people are just so down on the black community. You yourselves, as black, you're down on the black community. You yourselves are saying the worst possible things about the community. I believe in us. I'll never stop believing in us. That's why I'm doing this. Because I believe in us more than you believe in us. There's many people that have, if you don't like, just like you don't like the plan, if you don't like my plan, if you don't want to be a part of the plan, that's fine. If you don't like the plan, that's fine. But come up with a plan. Come up with a plan of your own. so we can do something to change the Black community. Aren't you tired of us being at the bottom? We have no grocery stores. The Latinos and the Hispanics are over here, and we can name two or three grocery store chains that they have. The Latinos, they've been here 25 years, seems like. And they have a chain of grocery stores. Where's our chain of grocery stores? Where's our chain of gas stations? Everybody else puts a gas station, everybody else puts a store and a gas station in our communities except us. Where are our gas stations? Where are our grocery stores? Where are our private schools? At some point, we have to look at us and say, what are we doing? Are we going to ever do it? And the kids that went to school in the 90s and we were about it and we protested and we did things that kind of overturned some things in the system, created like Black studies and institutions and things like that. We need you back. We need you back to, instead of being in this political environment, we need you to put that energy into the Black community. I'm just kind of rambling a little bit here and just going down the list of things that we need to do, but we can galvanize to create whatever we want. Nothing is impossible. In fact, there's so many things that's possible, and right there on the cusp of us creating things and getting it, African American community are some of the most creative people in the world. And I'm looking over and the things that's happening in Africa. And, just like I said, the Black community talks as about the Black people worse than anybody. We talk about Africans worse than anybody. But those are our brothers. And we have the capacity to stop all those wars in Africa. We have the capacity to do it. All we have to do is figure out a way politically to put people in place to stop it. That's all we have to do. And we have somebody in the Oval Office right now, although a lot of people hate this guy, he does not like war. So he called a lot of the African countries shithole places, shithole countries, but he does not like war. And you should not like war either. I don't know what happened to the Democrat Party that they like war. But we could get this situation in the South Sudan, the terrorist organization in South Sudan that's terrorizing the people and killed 100,000 people. We could do something about that. We could also do something about the coffee trade over there. They ain't basically slaving out Africans in the coffee trade. We can do something about that. We can do something about the whole South African issue, right? Come to some type of agreement in South Africa. Push the agreement. We have endless political capital that we have no idea how to use or how to put it in place or how to do anything of this sort. But we have it. We could do it. I'm kind of rambling and ranting, but I just had to get on and say this. It's a little late tonight, but This is Jimmy Hitchcock Post, POAST, TRT, The Real Truth.